Hey all, welcome back. Alright, so I thought it was time to just do a cooking video. And especially if you're new to the Zelda series, I'm going to give you some basic and some more advanced cooking methods here. Now, one of the bigger questions out there is how do you make high-level elixirs? Okay, so to answer that, essentially to make an elixir you need a monster part. So that constitutes things like bat wings, eyeballs, even the chew jellies, pretty much anything that comes off a monster. Now, construct stuff do not count. Keep that in mind. So if you're trying to throw like a soldier, anything, any kind of construct, monster part, those aren't really considered monster parts, especially for cooking. But like the moblin stuff, pretty much anything else is considered monster part. All this stuff down here, the tooth, all that down here are the normal stuff from Breath of the Wild. Alright, and in case you're wondering, here in Tears of the Kingdom, you're going to have these elemental fruits. These are not for cooking, folks, so, if you throw those into your cooking pot, you're just going to mess up the meal. Same thing with the muddle bud and the puff shroom. Those are not for cooking. Alright, so let's get back to elixirs. Now, let's see here. I don't really have the parts at this stage in the game to, show you the good recipes that I know. But for example, if you're trying to get a good cold weather protection elixir, a good formula for that would be 2 warm darners, 2 summer wing butterflies, and then your monster part can literally be anything from the monster part menu that I discussed a second ago. And that will get you a good high level protection. Now you can also do the same. So if you have the 2 blue darners, I think they're called cold darner, and the 2 winter wing butterflies, and the monster part, that'll do the same thing for the opposite effect. So that'll give you the hot weather protection. Now on that note, fireproofing and warm weather protection are 2 different things. So warm weather would be like the desert, like Gerudo area. But the fireproof would be for like Death Mountain. So that would be, a fireproof lizard and a monster part. And the more you toss in there in the way of monster parts or lizards, the more time you're going to get out of that. All right, so some other elixirs. Now, again, I don't really have the stuff to actually cook them, but say you had, the bladed rhino beetle, for example. Boy, I really wish I had that because I'd be able to show you guys what I'm talking. Actually, I can do that with the glow stuff. So, you've got to match the effect. In other words, let's say I want to make... I don't have any yellow mushrooms, only green. But let's say I wanted to make an elixir for stamina. Now, actually, before I get cooking, there's another thing to cooking here in the Zelda games, and that's blood moons. Now, you notice it's almost 11:30 in my game. As soon as it turns 11:30, I'm going to open my menu. The reason is from 11:30 to 12:15, you're going to get bonuses. That's either going to be 3 extra hearts, extra length of time on the meal, or you can get like extra stamina if you're doing a stamina meal. You'll get 1 extra heart container if you're doing an extra heart meal, for example, with a hearty salmon. These are normally 4, just to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to throw 2 into the cooking pot, which would normally be 8, but because I'm doing this during a blood moon, I will get 9. Alrighty, so that being said, now you can get the blood moon bonuses during non-blood moon hours if you throw a golden apple in there with whatever you're cooking up. Just, be aware that takes an extra space, instead of 5 ingredients, that pretty much knocks you down to 4 if you're thinking about it that way. And just like Breath of the Wild, there's other ways to do that. For example, you can toss a star fragment in there, which I do not recommend doing that. There's more, lucrative uses for those star fragments than cooking. Same thing with the dragon parts, which I do have one from the castle there. But again, I don't really recommend cooking with those. Really, the blood moons come around in Tears of the Kingdom often enough You really don't need to worry about this. You can usually just kind of catch blood moon to blood moon and do all your cooking. This way you're guaranteed to get a bonus. Unfortunately, they're randomized, so you know you can't pick and choose the bonus, but well, let's just go ahead and start cooking here since I'm already in blood moon window. Now I'm just going to do 4 at a time because that'll yield a high level meal. This way the bonus will either only give me an extra time or extra hearts. In this case it gave me extra hearts, which is boo-hoo. I was really going for the extra time there. Maybe I'll get lucky here again, but the reason I recommend 4 is because most of your big battles... Okay, there it is, folks. I just got the extra time on that one. Most of your battles are going to be over pretty quickly, so you can see these 2 meals I just cooked up. One got the extra hearts, one got the extra time. Okay, it's all good. They're both high level, but, you know, most of your big fights are going to be over within a minute or 2 anyway, so, you know, 3 minutes, 20 seconds at the worst case scenario is still plenty of time. The meals that I do get the extra time on, I'll usually use for my longer hunts where I'm going from, like, big boss to big boss to big boss, you know, just trying to kill as much as I can in that 8-minute window. Alright, so back to elixirs. I'm going to go ahead and do a fireproof, excuse me, elixir. Boy, I got the hiccups. They are just not stopping. Alright, and so monster part really doesn't matter too much here. You know, use something that you don't normally use for much else. Like, I got tons of these eyeballs. So I'll just go ahead and, you know, do 2 different ones. Now, that was extra time there, the 9 minutes, 20 seconds. These are going to be low level because I'm really only using the 1 lizard. But I'll show you what happens here when I throw 4 monster parts in with that same 1 lizard, if I can ever seem to find the thing. There it is. Okay, so as you can see, that simply just bumps the time up. So the more monster parts you throw in there with your lizard, the more time you're going to get. Blood Moon bonus gave me even more time on top of it. Okay, so let's try a speed. I don't know if I have much for speed. I really want to show you an elixir where you can combine it with food items. But it doesn't look like speed is going to be the one. So maybe we can try... Maybe I'll try some stamina. So again, guys, you have to match the effect. So now I've got my I've got my critter, and I will need my monster part. Okay, so now I've got an elixir cooking. I can throw those 2 items in, and I'll get a very small sliver of stamina. I might get a little extra stamina because of the blood moon, but a way to bump that up is you can actually throw food items as long as they're like kind. So I'm using green stamina now. That's what the cricket does. And that matches with the stamina mushrooms here. So I can actually get an elixir that way. And that, you know, again, just bumps the effect up. That gave me a full wheel there. Plus I got 3 extra hearts because of the blood moon. I'm going to try 1 more of those. And that one gave me the extra stamina. So you see the difference there once again. Alright, let's see if I can get creative with any other... It's going to kill me to do this, guys, because I'm not ready to waste the only 3 I have right now, but I'll do it for you. Where is my... There we go. Okay, so again, make sure you get that critter and that monster part cooking, so you got a proper elixir, and then those 3 princesses that I just tossed in there will bump that up to high level for sure. Now it's just a question of how much time will I get or how many hearts will I get. And I think I got the extra hearts on that one. Hard to tell. That could have been extra time. It's been a while since I cooked one of those, so I'm really not sure. But either way, it's a good elixir. Okay, so folks, that's the secret right there to your high-level elixirs consistently. You know, combine that... Ooh, that would be a good one if I don't have the beetles. That's no bueno. Yeah, I just don't have the insects I need to make the variety of elixirs I want to show you guys. You know what? I don't think this is gonna yield a high level. I don't think the mushrooms do it. I think I need the seeds, the Fleet Lotus seeds, which I don't have. But you know what? Just for training purposes here, I'll just go ahead and make one up. Alright, so make sure you get that elixir cooking once again with that monster part and the critter. In this case, I need the frog, which I can't seem to see. Where's my frogs? Where's my frogs? Am I looking right at it? I am looking right at it. Alright, so again, the frog and the monster part makes your elixir. The like items are the mushrooms, but again, I don't think base level, this is a high level. It is not, so unfortunately I got the extra hearts on that one. That's okay. Alright, so let's see here. I can also make a glow, which I don't really use. But again, same idea, guys. You can throw that deep firefly in there with a monster part that gets your elixir cooking. And then you can, you know, toss 3 fish in there. You can also toss the mushrooms, the 3 glowing mushrooms in there. But I think the fish are stronger, so if you've got them, throw the fish in there over the mushrooms. Alright, guys. Let's see here. I'm also going to... Actually, I'm going to undo the elixir stuff at this point. And right now I'm just going to kind of focus on the 4 ingredients of like items for strictly food. And I need some more attack power, so I'm going to go ahead and do just that. And probably some more stamina while I'm at it. And I do have, you know what, since I'm starting to get more stamina under my belt with my wheels and it's only going to grow from here, I'm going to take advantage of those fish I scooped up a bit ago. But I'm having really hard time seeing these things right now. And it really only takes 2. That's already probably overkill, because remember Blood Moon, so that's going to give us a bonus. So to stretch those fish out, I think what I'll do is do 1 fish at a time. Just so I'm not wasting ingredients. Because I'm not quite there yet. I don't quite have the 2 full wheels yet. And that gave me 2 full wheels anyway. So I got the extra stamina on the Blood Moon bonus there. Alright, and I think I'm at the point where I don't have the stam bulbs or the green mushrooms, so I'll just go ahead and do 2 at a time from here. Wowzers, that really bumped it up. So normally without the Blood Moon bonus, that'll only be 2 full wheels plus 1 more sliver. Oh, nuts. Am I really full? Okay, I really only need to keep a few of those sliver meals. I've actually got quite a lot of them. Alright, so... let's do 1 more attack power meal here. Okay, if you want to know one for food, in addition to the Silent Princess, you can also do Stealth Fin Trout. 4 of those bad boys will also yield you a high-level stealth meal. So let's see, I think I pretty much got... yeah, you can also do that thing with glowing cavefish. You can do 4 of those. I think I pretty much covered everything. The monster extract, that's kind of a beast on its own. So I've only got 1. I'm not actually going to cook with it right now, but say I had, you know, 3 mighty bananas. Or excuse me, 4 mighty bananas. I would utilize that 5th spot for the monster extract. And guys, you do not have to do that during a blood moon. You can do that any time. But essentially what would happen if I threw those 4 mighty bananas in the monster extract into a cooking pot, that would yield, and it's completely random. That's why I don't want to do it now, because if you strike out, you need, you know, quite a few of those monster extracts under your belt so you can kind of keep throwing them in there. But I actually find I have better luck doing that during non-blood moon. So anyway, what that would do is it would randomize it. So you're going to get either a 1 minute, a 10 minute, or a 30-minute meal. And because I'm talking about mighty bananas, that would be attack power. That would also randomly now, it would be a low level, a mid level, or a high level attack power meal. So unfortunately, you never know what you're going to get. You might end up with a low level 10-minute attack power meal, which is garbage. You might end up with a low level 30-minute attack power meal, which is also garbage. But you might end up with a high level 30-minute attack power meal. And that applies to anything. So you could throw, say, you know, 4 stealthfin trout. Actually, I think it's better to do it with Silent Princess. You can do 4 Silent Princess and Monster Extract. And again, you might get that low level 30-minute. But what you're really looking for is the high level 30-minute. So again, you can do that with a variety of different effects. You can do that with the fortified pumpkins. 4 pumpkins, 1 Monster Extract. You can do that with... God, I'm just really hurting for ingredients right now. The Fleet Lotus Seeds is really fun to do, so it would be 4 Fleet Lotus Seeds, plus... Oh, in addition to Fleet Lotus Seeds, you can also get the same effect out of the violets, the Swift Violet. So, you know, you can mix and match those two, so you could do like 2 Fleet Lotus Seeds, 2 Swift Violet, and then that Monster Extract, and again, what you're looking for, and you might have to try it a few times, but you really want to try to get that 30-minute high-level speed meal. Alright guys, so I think I pretty much covered all of them. The only other one I really didn't cover was the sticky stuff. And the sticky lizards here aren't going to give you great elixirs. I'll go ahead and cook 1 or 2 just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And, you know, it's time, so I'm not going to go wasting a bunch of monster parts. Okay, now I got the extra bump on that one, so that normally would have been a low-level slip resistance, but I got mid-level thanks to the blood moon. Yeah, again, you know, there's no point in throwing a whole bunch of monster parts in there because really it just increases the time. And normally when you need to, you know, help yourself in a climb during rain, you don't need it to last forever. You just need that quick, you know, couple of minutes. So now I don't have the frogs. The sticky frogs usually yield a better strength elixir, but I just don't have those right now. I'm really... It feels like I'm missing something here, guys, but, you know, I'm going to go ahead and cut video. It's been going on long enough. I hope that helps you all with your cooking. That way you can kind of get creative and make your own concoctions. Just make sure you're keeping the stamina the same. So say I had an Endura frog, which I don't, or I had the yellow Endura mushrooms, which look like the green ones, they're just yellow. You would be able to match those two. So in other words, you could throw, say, an Endura frog in with a monster part that'll get your elixir cooking. Then you could throw that yellow Endura mushroom or the yellow Endura carrots into the cooking pot as well, just to kind of bump that up and, you know, give yourself the extra stamina. But honestly, with the yellow stamina, I find it better to, for now anyway, especially early game, just kind of make lower ones, because when you eat those, it also refills all the green stamina. Plus, it'll give you that extra yellow sliver as the bonus. Alright, I thought I had some more hearty stuff to cook up. I do not. Alright guys, so that's Cooking 101. Hope that helps. Best of luck to you and happy hunting.